Hello po, ako po si Mai and welcome to Tagalog Beyond Basics. In this lesson, I will be talking about and mag verbs, two of the most common verb forms you'll see and use in everyday Tagalog. Here are our objectives for this lesson. Narito ang ating mga layunin sa pag-aaral na ito. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify and understand and mag verbs as two major actor-focused verbs forms in Tagalog. Recognize their difference and become familiar with the most common and mag verbs used in everyday conversation. You will also be able to use these verbs correctly in simple sentences while keeping them in their infinitive forms. So again, in this lesson, we will use the and mag verbs in their infinitive forms, meaning no past, no present, or future tenses, no conjugation. So you can just focus on recognizing how to use them naturally. We will introduce the conjugation in the next lessons when you're ready to build on this foundation. So, what are and mag verbs? These are two of the most common actor-focused verb forms in Tagalog that simply means the doer of the action is the focus of the sentence. When we use and mag verbs, we are highlighting who is doing the action. Now, even though and mag verbs are both actor-focused, meaning the doer of the action is the focus of the sentence, they are actually different in how they feel and how we use them. So you can see here the comparison. Verbs show actions that are spontaneous, natural, or self-initiated, something that just happens or flows naturally. While mag verbs, on the other hand, show actions that are intentional, planned, or controlled, something you decide to do. Now, let's look at some examples of verbs in their infinitive forms. These are actions that feel natural, spontaneous, or self-initiated. We have kumain, to eat, uminom, to drink, pumunta, to go, tumakbo, to run, tumawa, to laugh, umalis, to leave, lumabas, to go out, and bumili, to buy. These are all very common verbs that you'll hear and use in everyday Tagalog conversations. Now, let's use these verbs in simple sentences so you can hear how they sound in real conversation. Kailangan kong kumain. I need to eat. Dapat kang uminom ng tubig. You should drink water. Kaya niyang tumakbo ng mabilis. He or she can run fast. Mahilig silang kumanta. They love to sing. So these examples show how verbs fit naturally into everyday Tagalog when paired with pseudo verbs like kailangan, dapat, kaya, and mahilig. And remember, these examples of verbs are in their infinitive forms. We are not using past, present, or future tense. So we are just focusing on recognizing and using the verbs naturally in simple sentences. Now, let's move on to some common mag verbs in their infinitive forms. These words show actions that are intentional, planned, or controlled, things you choose to do. We have mag-aral, to study, magluto, to cook, maglinis, to clean, magtrabaho, to work, maghintay, to wait, maglakad, to walk, mag-usap, to talk, magpahinga, to rest, and maglaro, to play. These are everyday actions that you decide to do, which is why they fit the mag pattern so naturally. Now, let's use these mag verbs in simple sentences so you can hear how they work in real conversation. Dapat akong magpahinga. I should rest. Kailangan nating mag-aral. We need to study. Kaya niyang magluto. He or she can cook. Mahilig kaming maglakad sa umaga. We love to walk in the morning. So these examples show how mug verbs express actions that you intentionally choose or plan to do. So again, even though and mug verbs are both actor focused, they express different kinds of actions. Verbs show actions that are spontaneous, natural, or self initiated, something that just happens or flows naturally, while mug verbs show actions that are intentional, planned, or controlled, or something you consciously choose to do. So, if it just happens or feels like a natural action, it's often verb. But if you decide to do it, it's usually mug verb. So now you know what and mug verbs are, how they work, and how they differ. This foundation will make it much easier when we move into conjugation in the next lessons. O sige, kita-kita ulit tayo sa susunod ha. Hanggang sa muli. Paalam, ingat po.